from Notre Dame recently. Where do things sort of stand with your favorites right now?
I would say I have a top 3 right now, but I have a top 6. But the top 3 in that top 6 is Notre Dame, Alabama, Kentucky, in no order.
Yeah.
And then I have Tennessee, Ohio State, and Louisville. And I think I'm coming close to just cutting that down to a top 3 or top 4. So be looking out for that. Cause I know what I want now in my school and everything. So.
What now you've been on some visits, so you know what you want. What is important? What do you want?
I would say just the relationships that I have built, because everybody has the nice facilities and all this stuff, and it's a great stage to play football and all D1 offers and everything. But I just like the coaching staff and just the players and what they tell me about how the program really is. Because with recruitment, there's a lot of showboating and different personalities, but when you get there, things change. And I just know how these colleges are and just how it will be when I get there, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And you went on your visit to Notre Dame most recently. Can you kind of recap that Notre Dame visit just a bit?
That was a great visit. It definitely opened up my eyes to Notre Dame, because I thought they was just this old traditional school, but they care a lot about their football and their academics as well. And then that's really something that's high up on my thing, is just getting a degree, because a lot of people don't make it to the league or stuff, but I just want that degree at the end of the day. And they have a great opportunity for me just to get a great degree from there. So very excited about that trip. So.
Any unofficial visits coming up? Anything coming up in the near future?
Next weekend I'm going to Alabama versus the LSU game.
Yeah, that's an official, right?
Unofficial.
Okay.
So that should be a good game.
No question.
Yeah.
And what else is on the docket?
I would say I'm trying to make some more officials. I have some coming up in December, but I think I'm going to take all 5 of mine. So I think I'm going to take one to Tennessee and Ohio State. So I'm still trying to figure those out.
Matt, are you going to make your decision at this game and that weekend? Are you still pretty confident? I mean, you've said in the past that's what it's going to be.
I'm definitely going to make my decision at the game, because, that's what I wanted for a long time, and I got the chance, so I'm definitely going to take the opportunity to make that choice here. So.
You said you had a top 3. I mean, are you leaning maybe one way or another, or are you still pretty much, there's 3 pretty much even go, or do you have an idea of where you want to go?
I would say they're all even. A lot of people say that UK is the leader and Alabama is the leader, but I would say all 3 of those are definitely fighting for me, and I'm just taking it slowly and just trying to see everything and trying to see through all this stuff, and hopefully I make the right decision for me. So.
Matt, before that Notre Dame visit, was Notre Dame running 3rd behind Alabama and Kentucky, and did they make a move with you?
I would say that they was definitely at the bottom of the top 3, and they very much well got up top. And just because there was an official visit, and I got to see behind the scenes and how they are on the game day and everything, so that was pretty nice seeing all that.
And you know so much about Kentucky, and obviously you could talk for days about Alabama. What do you look forward to learning about those schools when you take officials to see them?
Just see how the game environment is and how the coaches are on the game day, and not just on a recruiting visit to come recruit me. So I just definitely want to see behind the scenes type thing. So.
Matt, when are you going to take official to Alabama?
Coach Thompson and Coach Saban, they told me to keep the 2nd week of December open, so I think it's going to be sometime there.
Okay. Kentucky is the weekend, I think, of the basketball game they had, right?
I think it might be in that 2nd week of December, because I'm definitely going to take one the 14th of December to UK. So.
Okay. So you 14th of December to UK, and then not quite determined totally on Alabama yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you think about the Alabama-Kentucky game that you were at? The game that Alabama won pretty handily. I mean, what did you take away from that? And were you watching both sides, both teams? Or?
I was definitely watching both sides. And on the Alabama side, I knew that they was going to come in and win. And it was a big win for them, but I don't expect nothing less than the #1 team in the nation. And with Kentucky, they played and they didn't give up, so that showed me a lot about them, that they still got some fight in them. And Coach Stoops is definitely changing the program already. So.
What do you think about Kentucky? I mean, one is the #1 team in the country, the other is 1-6 right now. What do you kind of think about the status of those 2 teams versus, how much will that weigh in your decision?
I would say more likely Kentucky, because home state, that gets to me, and just that I could change a program into something better than just a 1-6 program or something like that, because they need great players to become a great team, and it starts with the in-state players like me and Drew and everything, so that's a great picture to throw me right now. But then again, I want to go into a program that wins, because I'm a winner at heart. So Alabama is definitely a winning tradition and program, so it'll be a great place to go to.
When you went to say for instance, I don't know, the Mississippi State game the other day that Kentucky had, or the Alabama game that you went to. What do they say to you after they've lost a game like that? I mean, do they tell you about possibly how you may fit in? Or
Yeah, so they always tell me how they need me and how I could have helped them on the defensive line and how they're not that good right now, but they're changing and they need the good players to get better. So they always tell me that just don't judge them off from 1 year because they just got here. So I just keep my eyes open.
How has your relationship grown with Alabama through the process?
I would definitely say they're probably the best relationship I have through all the colleges. Me and Coach Thompson, we talk about every day. And me and Coach Thompson, we talk about probably every other week. I just got off the phone with him last night, so it was a good conversation I had with him. So I just like to keep in contact with them and just keep a good relationship with them.
Switching back to Notre Dame, did they show you how they would use you, on your official visit?
They definitely showed me because Lewis Nix, they said, will be leaving. And they was like, that's a perfect opportunity for me to come in and start as a true freshman because they have nobody. He was like, a lot of places we're going to go, like Alabama and stuff, they're going to have those 5-star players where you got to battle every day. And I told him that would just make me better. And he was like, well, you could come here and you could start. He's like, there's no competition behind you. He said, that's all you. He's like, that's your choice if you want to get better at that spot. So it was a great pitch that they gave me from there, too. So.
Matt, real quick, what is this?
You said Alabama's the best relationship you have now?
I would say that they probably are the best relationship that I have right now.
What is this game? What does this mean to you?
The All-American game, I would definitely say that means something dear to my heart, just that I could go play for something special like the troops. And because my mom used to be in the military, and I just think that's just something very special just to go play for that. So, and it's one of the biggest stages on, well, I would just say in America, just because it's an All-American game and it's on national TV. So that's just a great opportunity for me.
It seems like things have changed a bit with you and how much you were into Kentucky. It seemed like, I felt like whenever, I first started talking to you about recruitment this summer that, you might actually commit early and go to UK. Yeah. Now it seems like it's kind of evened up.
I would say Kentucky was at a lead and at a point, but now I see that all the other colleges are other great opportunities for me too, and not just to stay in state like Alabama, Notre Dame, and Ohio State, and Tennessee. And I want to go play at a great program and a winning traditional program. So.
Is it starting to kind of hit you now that you could go to Kentucky and they could be good, or you could go to Alabama and they will be good?
I think about that a lot. How I could go to Alabama and they're already good, and I could just go in there and just be another guy, and just the great opportunity that they had down there. Or I could go to Kentucky and change their program. So it's a lot to think about.
Now earlier you named the other two officials that you were planning on taking. Can you say those again for me?
I think it's going to be Tennessee and Ohio State.
What are those? How are those guys sticking around and staying in your recruitment, and they're still in the hunt?
I would say that I definitely want to go down there just to see how they are and just see if they can make a battle to my top 3 and just see, because I just want to give them a chance and recruit me, because I don't want to show nobody out or just say that y'all wasn't good enough for me. So, but this is a great time in my life where I can pick what I want to do, and you don't get that a lot of times in life. So I'm looking forward.
Are you just enjoying the whole process now?
I'm definitely enjoying it right now. It's a fun time.
So did you say that the UK did have a lead or something at one point?
They did have a lead.
How long ago was that, do you feel like?
I'm gonna say 2 or 3 months ago.
Back in the summer before the season started. And has their struggles played a factor at all? In them losing that lead?
I would say that their struggles did not play a part. I kind of knew what it was going to be like this season because of the type of players that they have in Kentucky, but I'm recognizing what Stoops is doing and what they're trying to do there, so that's why they're really in the hunt.
Did you ever consider making a commitment in the summer or anything like that?
No, I was strongly committed to making my commitment at the Army Elementary.
You mentioned that they were in the lead, and if they aren't anymore, I mean, but does that mean that's not a bad sign for them necessarily?
I wouldn't say it's a bad sign. I would just say that a lot of the colleges now are just even, and I just want to make the right choice. But like Notre Dame, Alabama, and Kentucky, they're my top 3, and I would say they're all pretty even right now.
When's the last time you talked to Louisville?
I talked to Coach Carter 2 weeks ago, and I'm probably going to talk to Coach Charlie Strong in about a week.
How often do you hear from UK?
Probably every day.
Who do you talk to?
Multiple people. I would say Coach Brown, Coach Stoops, Coach Brumbaugh, Coach Elliott, all of them.
How do do you take all this in and then go play high school football again?
I would say that I just want to play high school football as long as I can, and I just don't want it to just waste away because of what I have in my future. So I would say I just love playing on Friday nights, and that's what's keeping me driven.
You know, I've talked to you a few times about where this team could end up at the end of the year, and you've always kind of said, you know, semi-state, and then you guys meet Bowling Green. You know, do you guys think you could take down Bowling Green?
Me personally, I think we can beat any team in the state of Kentucky. But there will be a great challenge. I would say that they're a great team and they coach well and they don't make mistakes. And we're just gonna have to play one of our best games of our season that they